Have you ever gone to bed at night only to wake up the next morning feeling like you never truly rested? Maybe your body was in bed for 7, even 8 hours, but your mind still feels foggy, your energy drained before the day even begins. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And it might not be because of aging itself. It could be something far simpler and much easier to fix: the time you're going to sleep. Here's a truth few doctors talk about openly. After 70, your body follows a very different rhythm than it did in your 40s or 50s. Yet many seniors try to stick with the same bedtime routines they've followed for decades, unknowingly fighting against their own biology. And the result? More tossing and turning, more fatigue, and more forgetfulness creeping in. But what if shifting your bedtime, even by just an hour, could help you wake up feeling truly rested again? Imagine opening your eyes in the morning with mental clarity, physical energy, and emotional calm. No pills, no expensive treatments. Just one simple adjustment. In today's video, we're going to uncover what leading research from institutions like the Mayo Clinic and Harvard now reveals about sleep after 70, and the exact golden hour for going to bed that could transform how you sleep, how you age, and how you feel each day. If you or someone you love is over 70 and struggling with sleep, don't scroll away. This might be the most important health tip you hear all year. Stick with me. You'll be glad you did. 1. How the body changes after 70. You've probably noticed it already. Sleep just doesn't feel the same as it used to. Maybe you fall asleep in front of the TV, only to wake up wide-eyed at 2 a.m., unable to drift off again. Or perhaps you still log a full night's sleep, yet mornings feel sluggish and unclear, like your brain never fully rebooted. The truth is, your body is changing, and your sleep patterns are simply trying to catch up. After the age of 70, our internal systems, especially those that regulate sleep, begin to operate on a different rhythm. One of the most noticeable changes is a steep decline in deep sleep, known as slow-wave sleep. This is the restorative phase where the brain clears out toxins, repairs tissue, and resets energy levels. But by our 70s, we may experience up to 40% less deep sleep than we did just 2 decades earlier. That's not a minor dip. It's a seismic shift in how the body recharges. So even when you're sleeping through the night, your body might not be entering the stages of sleep that truly restore you. It's like plugging in your phone overnight, but waking to find the battery only half charged. But that's only part of the story. Your brain also starts producing melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep, earlier in the evening. Many older adults begin to feel naturally drowsy around 8 or 8:30 p.m., yet most people brush it off as just being tired too early and push through with a late-night show or a snack. Unfortunately, ignoring that early signal disrupts the body's new rhythm. Think of it like this. Your body is gently tapping you on the shoulder saying, "It's time." But if you override that signal, your sleep gets shallower, more fragmented, and less refreshing. What's happening here isn't a sign that your sleep is broken. It's a message that your biology has evolved. Just as your vision or digestion might shift with age, so too does your sleep cycle. The body begins operating on what's called an advanced sleep phase, meaning it wants to sleep and wake earlier than before. But here's the good news. Once you recognize these natural changes and align with them, everything begins to improve. Energy returns. Mornings feel less groggy. Mental clarity sharpens. You're no longer fighting your body, you're working with it. So if you've been blaming aging itself for poor sleep, consider this. Maybe the problem isn't that you're sleeping less, but when you're sleeping. And by listening to your internal clock rather than fighting it, you might just rediscover the deep, restful sleep you've been missing. Because after 70, sleep isn't just a luxury, it's your body's most powerful tool for healing, clarity, and long-term vitality. 2. A common mistake: ignoring the body's natural signals. Let's be honest, most of us are creatures of habit. For decades, maybe your bedtime hovered around 10:30 or 11 p.m. It worked fine in your 40s, maybe even into your 60s. So naturally, you've stuck with it. After all, why fix something that isn't broken? But what if the problem isn't your sleep routine? It's that your body has been sending signals you're no longer tuned into. Here's what often happens. As we age, our biological clock begins shifting. You may have noticed yourself getting sleepy earlier in the evening, maybe around 8:30 or even 8 p.m. That gentle wave of drowsiness, that's not weakness. That's your body whispering, this is your time. And yet, instead of leaning into it, we often override it. We turn on the TV, reach for a snack, scroll through the phone, or stay up simply because it's too early to sleep. It's a cultural habit. Many Americans associate early bedtimes with aging or slowing down. But in reality, resisting that natural signal is what truly wears us down. I've seen this pattern in countless patients. One retired teacher, Mr. Johnson, told me he couldn't understand why he felt so exhausted every morning despite sleeping a full 8 hours. We took a closer look and realized he was going to bed hours after his body wanted to. When he tried going to bed by 9:30 p.m., his sleep transformed. He didn't change his diet, didn't start a new medication. He simply listened to what his body had been asking for all along. And he's not alone. Think of it like trying to water a plant in the middle of the night. Technically, it still gets water, but it doesn't absorb the nutrients the same way. Your body operates on a rhythm. When we follow that rhythm, healing happens naturally. When we ignore it, the benefits of rest become harder to access. One of the most common mistakes I see in older adults is this: treating early tiredness as a nuisance instead of a nudge. That moment of sleepiness you feel in the early evening, that's your biology working for you, not against you. So instead of pushing through it, try pausing, dim the lights, turn off the noise, create a space that welcomes sleep instead of delaying it. You might be surprised how easily your body responds when you stop resisting and start honoring its natural cues. In the end, better sleep isn't always about trying harder. It's often about letting go of old habits and trusting your body's quiet wisdom. Because when you begin to sleep in sync with your internal clock, you don't just rest, you restore. 3. The golden sleep window. After 70, why 9 to 10 p.m. matters. Not all sleep is created equal, and neither is the timing of it. You may have heard that getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep is important, and that's true. But when you sleep can be just as important as how long you sleep, especially after age 70. In fact, there's a specific time frame your body may be quietly asking for, and it's earlier than you might think. Between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m., your body is naturally primed for rest. Experts often refer to this period as a golden hour for older adults, not just because it feels good, but because it's when your melatonin levels peak, your core body temperature begins to drop, and your nervous system prepares for deep restoration. Aligning your sleep with this window taps into the body's natural healing rhythm. But here's the problem. Many older adults are missing this window entirely. Whether it's staying up to watch one more episode, reading late into the night, or just holding on to old routines, pushing bedtime to 11 p.m. or later disrupts the body's biological momentum. It's like trying to fall asleep after your internal sleep train has already left the station. Recent findings, including those from the Mayo Clinic, have shown that seniors who consistently went to bed between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. reported significant improvements in sleep quality, less waking during the night, deeper rest, and more alert mornings. One study noted up to 45% improvement in overall sleep efficiency just by shifting bedtime earlier. That's not a coincidence. It's science at work. Think of it this way. Your body is still incredibly capable of deep, restorative sleep. But now it's following a new timeline. The sleep hormones that used to surge around 10:30 p.m. when you were younger now arrive earlier. Ignoring them is like ignoring a green light on an empty highway. It's your best chance to move forward smoothly. I often encourage patients to try what I call the 9:30 experiment. For just 3 weeks, go to bed between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m., ideally around 9:30. No screens, no caffeine, no distractions. Just let your body lead. The results? More restful nights, clearer mornings, less reliance on sleep aids or stimulants the next day. This isn't about going to bed early in the way we once told our kids. It's about going to bed right on time for the rhythm your body now follows. So if you've been struggling to wake up refreshed or wondering why sleep feels less effective than it used to, don't just focus on duration. Look at your timing. That single hour between 9 and 10 p.m. might be the small shift that leads to a massive improvement in how you feel, function, and age. Because sometimes the simplest change, done at just the right moment, can make all the difference. 4. 3 major health benefits of sleeping at the right time. Sleep has always been important, but after age 70, it becomes one of the most powerful forms of self-care. What may surprise you, though, is just how dramatically the timing of your sleep can affect your overall health. When you consistently go to bed during your body's golden hour, between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m., you're not just helping yourself rest better. You're actively giving your heart, brain, and emotions a chance to heal, reset, and function at their best. Let's explore 3 key areas where this shift can truly change your life. First, a stronger, more balanced heart. Your heart works around the clock, but it heals while you sleep. Studies show that seniors who sleep earlier experience better blood pressure regulation, more stable heart rhythms, and even lower risk of cardiovascular events. Why? Because earlier sleep aligns with the body's natural cortisol curve. Your stress hormone begins to drop after sunset, allowing your heart to slow down and recover. One patient of mine put it perfectly. "I didn't know how tense my heart felt until I started waking up without that heavy weight in my chest." When you respect your internal clock, your heart doesn't just rest, it recovers. Second, sharper memory and mental clarity. We all forget things from time to time, but if you've noticed more senior moments than usual, don't panic. Memory issues can be linked to disrupted sleep cycles, especially when bedtime is too late. Early sleep gives your brain time to enter deep and REM sleep stages, where short-term memories are processed and toxins that affect cognition are cleared away. In fact, even simple bedtime shifts have been associated with improvements in focus, recall, and problem solving. Think of sleep as your brain's cleaning crew. Show up on time and the floors get mopped. Show up late and everything stays messy. Third, emotional resilience and mood stability. A good night's sleep does more than energize your body, it soothes your soul. Seniors who adopt an earlier bedtime often report waking up with a calmer mindset, lower anxiety, and improved emotional balance. That's because early sleep allows your brain's emotional centers to reset. One 76-year-old woman I worked with told me she hadn't felt like herself in years. After adjusting her sleep schedule, she didn't just sleep better, she laughed more, cried less, and reconnected with the people around her. Science supports her experience. Consistent early sleep has been shown to reduce depressive symptoms in older adults by up to 58% in clinical observations. The bottom line? Sleeping at the right time isn't just about feeling rested. It's about protecting your heart, preserving your memory, and lifting your spirit. And the best part? You don't need prescriptions or expensive gadgets, just a willingness to honor your body's natural rhythm. When you give your body what it truly needs, it gives you something back: health, clarity, and peace. 5 habits that help seniors sleep more deeply. Understanding the science of sleep is important, but living it out? That's where the real transformation begins. After 70, your body doesn't just need rest, it needs the right kind of rest. And while shifting your bedtime earlier is the first step, there are several small daily habits that can make a world of difference in the quality of your sleep. Best of all, these changes are simple, natural, and cost nothing but your attention. Here are 5 time-tested habits that have helped thousands of seniors reclaim deeper, more peaceful sleep. 1. Embrace the golden hour. Sleep between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock p.m. This is the foundation. As your body's internal clock shifts with age, it becomes more attuned to earlier sleep times. That wave of tiredness around 8:30 or 9? It's not a coincidence. It's your biology at work. Resisting it delays your entry into deep sleep. But when you go to bed during that natural window, you're more likely to sleep through the night and wake up refreshed. Set an alarm, not to wake you, but to remind you when it's time to start winding down. 2. Skip caffeine and heavy meals in the evening. You might be surprised how long a cup of coffee can linger in your system. Even a small cup at 3 p.m. can interfere with sleep at 9 p.m. The same goes for chocolate, certain teas, and rich, heavy dinners. Try to finish your last full meal by 6 p.m., and if you need a snack later, reach for something light and gentle on digestion, like a banana, a few almonds, or a cup of warm, caffeine-free tea. 3. Dim the lights to signal. Wind down mode. Your body takes cues from light. Bright overhead lights and screen glare trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Instead, switch to warm, soft lighting around 7:30 or 8 p.m. You don't need to live by candlelight, but something as simple as a low-watt lamp can send a powerful signal to your brain. It's time to rest. 4. Create a gentle wind-down routine. Children fall asleep more easily when they have a bedtime routine. So do adults. You don't have to sing yourself a lullaby unless you want to, but give yourself 20 to 30 minutes to transition from activity to stillness. That might mean reading a few pages of a book, listening to calm music, stretching, or simply sitting quietly with a warm blanket. Avoid stimulating conversations or late-night news. It's your time to let go. Step away from the screen before bed. This might be the toughest habit to break, but it's also one of the most effective. Blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs suppresses melatonin, the hormone your brain releases to help you feel sleepy. Aim to turn off all screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Replace screen time with still time and let your thoughts gently settle, like snowflakes in a quiet snow globe. Together, these habits form a rhythm, a daily invitation to rest more deeply, wake more clearly, and live each day with greater ease. Because good sleep isn't just about how long you're in bed, it's about how fully your body can restore while you're there. By now, you've seen how something as simple as shifting your bedtime can bring powerful changes to your health, your clarity, and your sense of peace. This isn't about adding more to your to-do list. It's about finally listening to the natural rhythm your body has been whispering all along. After 70, sleep isn't just a biological function. It's a form of healing, a gift your body still wants to give you if you allow it the right time and space. Whether it's supporting your heart, sharpening your memory, or lifting that emotional fog that sometimes lingers in the mornings, real rest is within reach, and the path to it doesn't require medication, high-tech devices, or strict regimens. It starts with something as small and profound as honoring your own inner clock. So tonight, when the house quiets and the lights begin to dim, pause. Notice that gentle wave of tiredness around 8:30 or 9. Instead of pushing through it, lean into it. Let it carry you toward the deeper sleep your body is asking for and has earned. If this message resonated with you or reminded you of someone you care about, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next tip designed to help you live stronger, sleep deeper, and age with more peace and purpose. And if you believe that it's never too late to feel better, type the word HOPE in the comments. Let's fill the space below with light and remind each other that restful nights and renewed mornings are still possible. Thank you for watching, and may tonight bring you deep peace.